We are all chasing something greater. It's not quantifiable. It's not ubiquitous. It's not the same for every person. It's success. And the cold, hard truth is, only some people have it in them to succeed. Do you? Well, what is success? The answer is, what's Success Upturn? And we're bringing all the inspiration of What's Success Upturn to you from those who have pushed relentlessly against all odds, beaten the competition, and won. Success Upturn reveals the other side of winning, the grueling long nights that end in failure, forcing you to get back up again. The sacrifices of family, friends, and faith, resulting in tears, rejection, and loss. We take an intense look at the financial stress following your own path can cause, and the do-or-die defining moments where those who don't have it in them give up, and those that do break through and enter a level of success where their faith, their family, and their quality of life is what they dreamed it would be, and more. In the end, it's your spirit that has the willpower and energy needed to break through the pain of brain-racking work, and it's your spirit that's rejuvenated and rewarded the moment your success comes rolling in. If you want to share your story and share your Success Upturn history, go online to successupturn.com or call 713-530-2455 to be part of the Success Upturn podcast today.
Hi, this is Alfonso Parodi with Success Upturn Podcast, and today we have as a special guest Mr. Matt Velasquez, CEO for 920 AM and Houston Podcast Studio. Welcome in, Matt.
Alfonso, thanks for having me in my studio.
Absolutely, it's great. So that means today is free?
Yeah, why not?
Why not? Everybody's listening today. Today is a free day for Success Upturn, the path of success. Are you looking to share your success story? We invite professionals from every single industry. You do have a story to share. You are the author of your own story. Please share it. We want to hear about you. Believe me, everybody needs to hear about you. Just call me at 713-530-2455, 713-530-2455. You can just text me Success Upturn, and I will call you back. Soon we will have successupturn.com, or you can like us at fb.com/successupturn. So, Matt, tell us a little bit more. Where did you grow up?
I grew up in the Houston area. So I like to say I'm Houston born and raised. Grew up in Sugar Land, so just outside Houston.
Sugar Land?
That's right.
Oh, whoa.
So I've been in Houston all my life. I went to school here in the Sharpstown area. So our office is in Sharpstown area, but I did private Catholic school my entire life. So I was in this area from kindergarten through high school. That went up to St. Edward's in Austin for college.
St. Edward's. And where do you went for high school and elementary?
So elementary, I went to St. Francis de Sales, which is right across the street from my office right here. For high school, I went to Strake Jesuit, which is right down Bel Air from here. And so I was private Catholic boy my whole life.
Your whole life.
I was in between A&M and St. Ed's for college. I decided to do St. Ed's because my dad went there.
Nice.
Yeah.
I have the pleasure to meet Mr. Velasquez Sr. a few minutes ago. He is the founder for 920 AM station and Houston Podcast Studio. And now Matt is taking the legacy to the next level. And he's going to share his success story. So, Matt, tell us a little more about your life. How did you transition? What did you went to school for?
So I went to school for business administration. So concentration in management, a little bit. Didn't concentrate in marketing, but I did do some marketing. But my intention at school was never to come work for my dad's business. So he has had the radio station since 1983.
He shared that with me.
Yeah.
That's almost like 40 years.
Yeah. 37 years this year?
37 years, 5 years
Yeah. So
younger than me.
I won't say, but it's about my age.
About your age. Okay,
Yeah.
well, you're young.
That's right.
Yeah, you have the whole life in front, the whole life in front of you.
Exactly. So, but I never, I'd been around this business. My dad worked in oil and gas for Tenneco as his main 9 to 5, but I always saw the side businesses he had, which were, he had a restaurant in the early 80s. He had nightclubs before I was born, and then he had the radio station to help promote them.
Oh, wow. So he kind of learned how to leverage marketing in every single way.
Well, and basically there was no Hispanic marketing back in the 70s and 80s.
And now he owns it.
So he bought a radio station to create the marketing platform.
And which radio station was that?
It was 920 AM.
Got it.
He bought 920 AM in 1983. And what he did is he had Tejano nightclubs back in the day. He had the first
Tejano nightclubs.
That's right. He had the first Tejano nightclubs in Houston. So he kind of helped with the Tejano scene in Houston, very close with Selena's family, with Abraham. And so she used to play at the nightclubs back when she was a little girl.
Oh, wow.
But there was no place to advertise. So my dad actually would buy time on Channel 39, the TV station down the street, to do a TV program on Sundays, a Tejano TV program, to promote the Tejano artists, to promote the nightclubs, but he needed a Spanish platform to promote the music. So he bought 920 AM back in 1983, turned it into Houston's first Tejano radio station, and just used it basically to promote the nightclubs. And then he started getting into the advertising game through the radio station as well. So again, all this while holding a 9 to 5 job in oil and gas. So
wow.
I don't know how he did it. I sure couldn't.
But he did it.
He did it.
I know. I just have the pleasure once again to meet him. And he mentioned, your father mentioned that he's here now to consult.
Yes, right. And I have the best consultant around. I tell you, that's how it feels like. It's very Godfather feeling, but he's the best consultant. I wouldn't be where I am without with that help.
Absolutely. So tell us a little bit more. You say that you never vision yourself working with your dad. Mm-hmm. Some way, somehow, you are running the show and taking the legacy to the next level. It's my understanding you have 3 twins, right?
Yeah, triplets. Yeah, 6-year-old triplets.
Oh, my goodness. So you are in charge of a triple success legacy.
That's right.
Wow. Tell me about how do you balance that? But most important, tell us first, what got you into the radio and what kind of job did you used to do before you take over the radio show and the podcast and everything involved? I understand you also are the marketing director for NAREP, what is the National Association of Hispanic Real Estate Professionals, the soon-to-be #1 organization in the United States that promotes Hispanic home ownership. We highly encourage everybody that's listening, just Google Houston NAREP and become a leader. Doesn't matter which industry you are, or if you have more questions, just call me at 713-530-2455. The donation is only $49 a year, and you will be helping Hispanic homeowners to achieve the dream. Plus, you will be able to become in one of the biggest, highest social networks trades in the industry and grow your self-net worth. So, Matt, tell us more about your how do you transition from your job to be on the radio?
So I started here actually straight out of college. So what happened is I graduated from St. Ed's back in 2004, and the intention was I was going to go find my own job. So I started looking, I was looking more in banking industry, maybe something financial. But while I was looking, putting out resumes, wanting to do interviews, I was helping out my dad here because I didn't want to sit around at home and wait.
Right.
So I was helping out my dad here. As I was helping out, we kind of found, I was adding value to the business as I was here. Then we kind of saw how well we worked together with each other. And so slowly.
But it's unique.
Yeah, it's very
unique. It's hard to work with family.
Oh, yeah.
It's hard to live with family.
That's right.
They only last 2 weeks, more when you come back.
Yeah, exactly. So it was an interesting experience because, slowly after, a couple weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, I started doing a little bit more. And my dad, needed help with the task. So I would help him with it. And he saw, well, I could get this task done a lot faster than other people that he was trying to work with. So he's like, well, why don't you do this?
You got it.
That's right. So I basically picked it up real fast where I slowly got integrated into more and more tasks. And eventually, after being here, it was probably maybe 2 months or so. And I kind of stopped looking for that other job because I just was fine helping out here. And we decided, well, why don't I just start taking salary from here and start working here while at some point I would look for that other job. And so what I tell everyone is I was kind of just accidentally stumbled into working here. To this day, I'm still looking for that other job.
That's right.
I'm just here working at
What a beautiful story. So you did get your path of success offer letter.
Yeah, that's right.
And since then, you have not got another letter.
That's right. So you know what? God points me in the direction I need to go.
That's right.
Until He tells me go a different direction, I'll keep on the same path.
Yes, and now you are here. You own. Tell us about your Houston podcast studio, because it's my understanding that is recent.
Yes.
And you are expanding, and it's going to be, well, actually it's exclusive. So I'm blessed. I'm very blessed to be one of your few clients that are allowed to podcast in this studio. It's very limited.
Yes.
I believe you still have a couple spots left.
Yes.
How, if I'm looking to expose myself and do a podcast, what you can tell that it's a high-end professional podcast, and it's broadcast in Apple, Google, Stitcher, Spotify, and many more coming out. Plus, you get a video. You get a video. If most you don't, that is fully edited. You are able to add commercials and such more many things that your limitation, your imagination is your limitation. Matt is, all about. It's like clay. He adapts to you.
Exactly.
Not too many people can have the gift to be clay.
That's right.
That's called marketing. The principles never change, but you have to change your ways, how to market. So tell us more about your podcast studio.
Yeah, so basically this podcast studio is new. So the studio that we're recording in right now, this was our production room for the radio station back in the early and mid 80s.
Right.
So this room used to be, it was actually like purple carpet all over the place. It looked like
a jewelry store.
Basically, it looked like straight out of the 80s, though. And so you had your big reel-to-reel machine. So all the production was done in here. But then as technology came around, we can outsource all our production needs now. So we don't need to do any production in-house anymore. This became a junk room for so long. And finally, I decided, you know what? We have to find something to do with this. And I've been listening to podcasts for about 3-4 years now.
Right.
Really, I enjoy podcasts so much. And it's not that I don't enjoy radio, but I work in radio, so I kind of get tired of radio after a while.
Right.
So I had to find something else, and podcasting is the incarnation of radio in a new form. And so what we decided is I started messing around kind of this time last year, doing some podcast production for a couple friends. I knew friends who wanted to get into podcasting. I said, look, I'm a radio station. I can do audio all day long.
Right.
So I said, let's kind of use some of the equipment in our main studio. When we didn't have a live show there, they would come record. We do the producing. I learned how to do the distribution side because I didn't really know much about it myself either. So we just kind of spent about a few months testing it out, seeing how the process went. Once we kind of found our groove in production, we said, well, why don't we just turn this studio into a dedicated podcast production room? Because we wanted to have something that was professional, that had the same broadcast quality of equipment that we use in our main radio station, but have something accessible to the general public where, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're a business owner, if you're someone trying to grow your personal brand, I saw a lot of my friends doing that through podcasts, but they were doing it out of the closet in their house, out of their bedroom.
What is called temporal podcast. You bring your machine and and you can do it. It's like doing organic videos.
Oh, yeah.
Or you can do professional videos.
Yeah.
Personally, everybody might have a different point of view, but you have to be aware that your audience, how did they see you?
Yeah. Yeah.
So definitely they see you on a different level.
Yeah.
And the nice part about a podcast or a video or a radio is that your audience will already know you.
Yeah.
Will already understand you, already dislike you, or already like you before they inquire about whatever you do. This podcast is, we're not selling anything here. We are sharing stories actually about our guests, what are dedicated to professionals of every single industry. There's no specific industries that we advocate. Every single industry, business owners or W-2, self-employees, anything that you have achieved success. We want to share your story because there's always a story behind that. We need to know how much you suffer, how much you sacrifice to get to where you are. And that's just the beginning part. Most don't see that. Most see the ending product of your hard work of 15 years or your consecutive failures, what is part of success actually. Failure is a given. Success is optional. So please share your story. Call me at 713-530-2455. Let me repeat that slowly because I am aware that I speak fast.
You had your coffee today?
713-530-2455. Like us at fb.com/Success Upturn. So Matt, going back to you, I want to book a session in your Houston podcast. If you still have openings, it's my understanding you only have a few left because you can only have so many sessions.
Correct.
How do I contact you?
The best way to contact us is actually through our Facebook page. So if you find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Houston Podcast Studio, we do all of our communication right now through Messenger.
Is that a closed group? Is that a public group?
It's just a public profile page for the business.
Profile page for the business?
Yeah.
So go to, again, fb.com.
fb.com/Houston Podcast Studio, or you can email us at info@HoustonPodcastStudio.com. We tried something different with this when we put it together, and a lot of people said, I can't find a phone number for the company.
Right.
We intentionally didn't do a phone number this time because I wanted to see what would it be like if we just did all electronic communication with people. And actually, it's worked out a lot better because we have a paper trail of the communication that's been going on between potential clients, current clients, and we're able to schedule everyone electronically where we give them the calendar schedule. They find the date, they find the time that works for them. They don't have to call a receptionist to see, hey, can I get more information about this? Can I schedule a time here? There's not a lot of back and forth. It's just, basically here is the information, here's the pricing, here's the structure, here's the times we have available to book our studio.
So basically what Matt is referring to, a part of what he's referring for the ones that they are not comfortable sending emails, going to FB, getting an FB profile. In order to be successful, you have to get out of the certain world. The certain world is the world where you're comfortable. That if you keep doing what you're doing, you won't die. So you keep doing the same activities over and over and over. And if you do not like how things are going and you don't do anything about it, the only thing that is left is to complain. So that said, when you go to the uncertain world, it's extremely uncomfortable. But that's when you truly began living your life. That's exactly when you fail. And fail, they got it all wrong. Fail is part of success. It's a process. You have to be addicted to the process of success. You have to go to sleep with a dream instead to going to sleep and having a dream while you're sleeping. That's a huge difference. Successful people go to sleep ready to wake up. And they go to sleep with a dream already. And instead of dreaming while they're sleeping. They take actions. A dream without actions are just wishes. So just do it. And go to fb.com/
Houston Podcast Studio.
Or email
info@HoustonPodcastStudio.com.
So Matt, tell us, since you are an expert on marketing, obviously you have a very successful radio studio that has more than 2 million followers or listeners, better say. He actually is handling large accounts now in podcasts for different companies or successful people like myself. How important is to be in every single social media sides and leverage between all of them. I understand in your radio show, you are not only on the radio every day, 24/7. Your show goes in other sites such as
Facebook. We stream to our website. We have our app. So, and we are doing videos on YouTube as well.
So it's all about leverage in every way, every day.
Yeah.
Is that right?
It's basically, I explained to everyone, it's like how everyone tells you to diversify in your stock portfolio. You don't put all your eggs in one basket as far as, I'm just going to buy this one Apple stock and hope that I do well going forward from there. You have to diversify in your marketing because not everybody is going to consume information the same way anymore. There's so much media out there and you have to diversify. So there's still media that, people want to listen to radio. People want television, people want Facebook, people want Instagram, people want YouTube. You have to diversify your message over multiple platforms depending on who you want to hit. Now, you don't have to be on every single platform, but you do have to figure out what's your target audience. And based off that target audience, what platforms are going to suit you well. And again, diversify amongst maybe, 3 or 4 different platforms so that you can get your message efficiently out to multiple groups.
And that says sometimes you just have to sometimes people get a master to just get what just Matt said in 2 minutes.
I felt like my best education here has been learning common sense.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's really it. And not to discredit my college education.
No, not at all.
But the real world lessons you learn, I mean, that's worth gold.
Absolutely. I myself, when I'm bilingual, but just because I'm bilingual doesn't mean that I speak the language that I'm about to say. There's so many languages around the world, but I speak Spanish, I speak English perfectly, and I also speak common sense. People laugh about it when I say it about it, but I really mean it about it. Yeah. It's very hard to speak common sense.
Oh, yeah.
And you will see the difference. And I want to emphasize something that Matt just said. Hope. Hope is not a strategy. You cannot hope. You have to take action. You need to know where you're aiming. And I want to emphasize another point that is key of success. You have to be consistent. You have to have balance. You have to be vulnerable because things will happen. Success is based in commitment and self-discipline. Success is based on simple actions, doing on a daily basis. You do not have to do anything drastic. You just have to do simple tasks every single day in a consistent manner. Either you like it or you don't. You just have to do it. Simple. Once you achieve clarity of why you're doing those activities, then you will start the journey of success. And trust me, it's like when you go to the gym. For the ones that like the gym, you can do different things and you work out to gain muscle and you do so many reps until you cannot do it no more and start hurting and hurting and hurting. That's success. You have to push yourself until it hurts. It's painful. It's bloody. You will cry. You will almost give up, but you have to keep going and going and going. So don't discourage yourself. Love 80% of everything you do. Even if you do not achieve it, love 80% what you do. Love yourself. 20% of what you don't do, be disgusted about it. Hate yourself about it, but do something about it. And only there, if you take action about that 20%, you will start growing. And believe me, you will find a new 20%. When you don't take care of that 20%, start growing to a 30, 40, 50%, and you start dying, being alive. So just be successful by doing things in a daily basis. Have self-discipline. Sounds easy, and it is easy. It's just not simple. So Matt, since I have you here, you have 3 beautiful kids. How do you balance 3 triplets?
Yeah.
with personal life?
Yeah, it's very hard. Because
kidding.
Yeah. And with the radio station, I think it's very similar to the real estate world where it's not a 9-to-5 job. You're 24/7. You never shut down your business because there's always something going on. And so it's very hard to find that balance. I'm still learning how to do it on a daily basis. I see where I struggle sometimes to just put the phone down and focus sometimes, but Exactly. But I do get better about, like, if we have a school event coming up, if my kids have, a dance recital coming up, if I know, we're going to church on this day or we're doing whatever on this day, I will set time aside and I'll tell everyone, like, look, I'm going to be out this time to this time and I will not respond to anyone during that window. And so, if I have something scheduled that I have a priority, I make that a priority, where I'll let people know, what, if something happens, it's not something that can't be fixed later. Now, there might be a bigger issue down the road, but my family has to come first. And it's always something I'm going to have to keep trying to learn to be better at.
Right. And on my 42-year experience, I mess up so many times in 42 years and I keep messing up. And one thing that I learned is I do it to my loved ones because I can.
Yeah.
I will never do it to any of my clients.
Yeah.
But to my loved ones, I put them in the side. I neglect them. I used to.
Mm-hmm.
Because I can. Until I got clarity. And even though a lot of things happen in my life between now and then, it actually turned meaningful because I turned a better human being that understood that what was important and who was important really in my life. And I don't ever do that again. I'm not perfect, though, and nobody is.
Mm-hmm.
I still do my mess ups once in a while. However, I put down my 20% and I work on it. But just have this thought. You do it to your loved ones because you can, and that's absolutely wrong. So do something about it. If you're listening to this podcast, Success Upturn. It's the path of success. It's a journey. It never stops. It's not a sprint. So, Matt, last question.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, last question. How do you define success in your personal life and in your professional life? Everybody have a different meaning of success.
Yeah. And I always thought, obviously growing up, you think success is a monetary value.
Right.
That if I'm making X number of dollars, I'm going to be happy. Obviously that can play into it. I think you obviously want to be comfortable. You never want to be struggling for money. So I think, from a business standpoint, you want your business to be profitable. That's successful. But more important to me is I'm the kind of person, if I watch a sporting event, I want the game to be played well. I'm a big basketball Rockets fan. I want to see them play the game
Rockets!
Right. That's right. So I want to see them play the game right. I want to see a well-executed plan. And for me, success is executing your plan. And so if I have a plan for my business, if I can execute it well, where nothing's ever going to follow the right path.
Oh, of course.
But if I can execute on that plan, if I can maneuver and pivot when I get a hurdle and a distraction, that's success for me. And same thing, from the personal side is if I can create a plan of, this is my job as a father to raise my kids for them to reach this end goal of, having a better life than I did, to have, be smarter than me, be, more financially sound than me. I want to keep positioning them where they get the tools. Not that I want to carry, baby them along the way, but I want to keep them, teaching them the lesson of this is how you get through these hurdles in life as well. If I can achieve that from the personal side, then that's success to me on the personal side. So I want to see a well-executed plan, and that's my definition of success.
And we really appreciate your input. So basically, what I'm understanding, and correct me if I'm wrong, your success for you is about progress and I would say progress.
Progress, being able to adapt, being able to
always
keep moving
continue
forward.
progress.
Yeah.
Yes, fall forward, fall often, fall early.
Yeah.
All the time. Fall forward, fall often, fall early. Mm-hmm. As long as you fall forward and you can look up, you can stand up.
Yes.
That's always the way it is. Matt, we want to thank you so much for being Success Upturn today, the path of success. Once again, today we have the pleasure to have Matt Velasquez, CEO for 920 Radio Station AM and the Houston Podcast Studio. Thank you so much, Matt. And don't forget, if you are looking to share your success story, call 713-530-2455. 713-530-2455 and like fb.com/successupturn. Hold your ties, successupturn.com, coming really soon for you. Thank you, everybody, and see you soon.